Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold, and tonight I'm going to be doing a part 2 on how to read anyone's energy to find out what their intention is. So today I'm going to be consciously channeling Ascended Master St.Germain as he guides on what to do in public if someone's going to attack you, or how your spirit guides are going to be showing you what somebody's intention is in public. And they're going to be giving you tips on what to do to help you stay in your power. And after that, I'm going to be doing a teaching on how to do spiritual alchemy. If your energy and somebody in your reality, their energy is repelling each other, so your vibrational frequency and their vibrational frequency is repelling each other, and when it repels each other, then it causes a lot of arguments in your relationship, a lot of friction. And so I will be showing you how to do spiritual alchemy with Ascended Master St.Germain so that you can balance the energy of your energy with the person that you're having friction with, so that your relationship's in more harmony. So you're working together with the energies. Instead of your energy fields repelling you and each other, it's going to be more harmonized. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and the first thing that he's showing me is when you go out in public, there's a lot of people that are watching this channel that have PTSD, or they have hypervigilance is the word he's using. So hypervigilance, and you're always on guard and full of fear that if you go out in public, you might run into somebody that maybe that person was in your reality that humiliated you, or that broke your heart, or that stalked you. And there's this like constant fear or fight or flight, or from childhood abuse or past lifetime abuse. There's, if you're afraid of men, say that you're a female and you have this running program. He's showing me it's like a running program on planet Earth in the female collective to fear men. So when you're out in public, a lot of times he's showing me like subconsciously you're running old belief programs that I have to be on guard, somebody's going to attack me. So the first thing to do is to stop fearing, dreading, or expecting to run into somebody that's going to harm you or hurt you or humiliate you or embarrass you or challenge you in public. So just setting new intentions, reprogramming your subconscious mind by doing positive affirmations. Like today when we go to the grocery store, we're going to park and we're not going to be afraid of the men in the parking lot. We're going to go into the grocery store not expecting to run into the ex from the past, or the stalker from the past, or somebody who hurt me from the past. Everything is safe. So put your inner child in a safe place in your heart and tell your inner child she's not coming to the store with you, or to the doctor's appointment, or to an event. Whatever you're doing in public, put your inner child in a safe place in your heart. Ground yourself. So ground by visualizing tree roots or whatever way you ground, but also bring your spirit fully integrated into your human body so you have your full essence. So you just visualize your auric field is full of different spiritual aspects of yourself that might have stepped out of your body from different fears, where you're going to want to gather all those spiritual aspects and bring them back into your human body and get fully integrated into your human body so you have your full power before you go out in public. So command all spiritual aspects, come back down as if they're a ball of light, gather them up in your auric field, pull them down through the crown chakra to the center of your abdomen. Tell your spirit and all your spiritual aspects it's safe to be in a human body, it's safe to be on planet Earth, and it's safe to be on planet Earth in this now moment. You want to be in the right timeline. So the date, the time, I'm now integrating my spiritual body, fully integrating it into my human body, into this human costume on planet Earth, and then explode it outwards as if it is thousands of fractals of light frequencies. So now you're grounded, you're fully integrated, you're expanded, and your inner child's in a safe place, and you've let go of all the dread, the fears, the belief systems that you're going to be attacked in public, or you're going to be confronted by someone. Because our fears create our reality. So it's putting in that new program. Now, when you go out in public, the way your spirit guides are going to show you that someone's about to take your power, or someone has the intention to take your power, is they're going to give you a sensation in your abdomen. You're going to feel like you're Superman with abs of steel. So what's going to happen is your spirit guides are going to bounce something off of your stomach. So it's like a sensation. So if I'm out in public, for example, and before I get out of my car, I feel this sensation. So it's like a bouncing off my stomach, and then my stomach feels like it turns to steel. It tightens up, but it's not my actual stomach. It's out in my auric field, like right the next layer where my stomach is, but it feels like it tightens up like steel. That's my signal or my message from spirit guides that I'm about to run into somebody or encounter someone whose intention is to take my power somehow, whether it's physically take my power, mentally or emotionally or spiritually. Their intention is on, it's like you'll feel it in that root chakra. And then I would know to like ground and get myself ready, get myself in my full essence. So when you get grounded and you fully integrate your spirit into your human body and then expand it outwards, that's the energy of an ascended master. That's the energy of not making oneself small. So you're walking in everywhere with your power. When you get out of your car, or like this could happen where you feel your spirit guides giving you that sensation with the stomach, and then your stomach feels like it turns to steel, like Superman, and it kind of bounces off. They can do that right before you run into someone, like 1 second or 2 seconds before, or it could be 5 minutes before. So all you know is your spirit guides are showing you that you're about to run into someone that their intention is to take your power. So even if you don't know who it is, they're about to show you. So now you're prepared. Okay, so the next thing you do after you put your inner child in a safe place, you get grounded, you're expanded in your consciousness, you have your full essence, you're going to want to command the universe to speak through you. So you're commanding God or your spirit guides, whatever terminology you want to use. Master Jesus, speak through me. You command it. If you say please, it lowers your vibration. It brings you back to third dimension. If you say command, you are that frequency of source energy. You're a co-creator. So every time you say the word command, it evokes the God within you to create your reality. And then your spirit guides say, I know that frequency, so I can easily connect. I can help you find your words. They're going to drop thoughts in your head of what to say to this person when you run into them. They might drop a thought to be silent, because maybe silence is your biggest weapon in this interaction you're about to have. So they're not going to be taking over your body. There's no possession. It's blending their energies with yours. So whatever terminology you want to use, like if you want to use God or source energy or the creator or Master Jesus or St.Germain, they don't care what terminology you use. You're going to get the same result because you're connecting with divine source energy. So whatever it is for your highest good, command that. And always go with your own intuition of who you want to connect with, what personalities, what energies in the universe you want to connect with. You want to stay expanded and big in your essence. Light workers and empaths, a lot of times when they walk into a room, they read the energy subconsciously, and then they shrink their energy to match everybody in the room to keep the peace. But now St.Germain's saying, we want you to walk in expanded and don't shrink to match everybody's energy in the room. We want you to stay big, just like the Ascended Masters stay big when they walk into a room. Because then people can start downloading from you and integrating your light from you. But if you shrink to match everybody's energy, it keeps you small, and then the bully can attack. So they're going to speak through you, or they're going to give you silence. So you're going to listen to your thoughts. When you ask your spirit guides to speak through you, you're going to hear thoughts. They might say, stay silent. You might just hear the word silence, silence. That means that when you run into this person that has the intention to take your power, the spirit guides are saying silence is your biggest weapon. So stay silent. Sometimes that's all that's required to keep your power. They might have you say something. So whatever thoughts are coming in, you're just going to speak them. You're going to get out of the way. Your ego's out of the way. They're going to take over and help you find your words so that you can say something to stay in your power to this person. The next thing that St.Germain is showing me after you do those steps is how you stand. So the spirit guides show me that there's a lot of people that read people's energy based on how they're standing. So when you get somebody with a superior fed ego that's about to attack you or try to take your power somehow, they look at your stance subconsciously. So command that your spirit guides help you to stand in a way that's going to keep you in your power. What that's going to feel like is you're going to feel like you need to stand a certain way. Like they might put your hands on your hips. So if you get the thought, put your hands on your hips, then that's how they want you to stand. If you get the feeling, I should put my hands on my hips, that's how they are telling you to stand. You're going to listen to your thoughts, because that's how your spirit guides are going to give you messages, is through your thoughts. Then they might say, put your hands behind your back, because that shows that you're in your full power. You're not afraid. If you're covering your arms across your chest or across your stomach, it's showing that you're intimidated and that you're trying to protect your heart or your solar plexus. So you're going to want to be in a stance that shows that you don't have fear. So a lot of times I find when this happens, St.Germain will get me to put both hands behind my back, and then I'm fully exposed, and that person reads my energy as that I'm not intimidated. Another thing that he's showing me is that a lot of times your spirit guides will get you to look the perpetrator or look the person that's about to take your power, look them straight in the eyes, because that shows that you're not intimidated. And it's he's showing me it's like in nature, animals, like when they look at each other in the eyes, if you're looking away or you're afraid to look at that person, then they'll know that you're afraid of them, and that lowers your frequency. So it's all about not showing any fear, because as soon as you show fear, you shrink your vibrational frequency and it's giving your power away. So if they're going to be verbally attacking you or mentally, emotionally, spiritually attacking you, this is what the Ascended Masters or your spirit guides, this is how they're going to show you and give you a voice and speak through you, so that you're not so caught off guard. Because right now, because there's so many people in your reality, in your realities that have shattered you for your spiritual awakening, there's a lot of people that are afraid to leave the house, he's saying, because you're afraid to run into certain people. So it's now time to stop hiding. Don't be afraid to go out in public, and just ask your spirit guides for assistance to stay in your power. So they're going to help you find your words. Remember to use the word command, not demand, because that's a different vibration. That's a lower vibration. The word command evokes the God within you to create your reality. And if you use the word command, then the Ascended Masters can connect with you, because that's the word they use. They command someone to be healed, and they're healed. So they're saying, if you're in your power, we can easily connect because you're our frequency. But if you think we're something outside of you, we can't connect because you're seeing us as a different frequency, and we can't come in and help you. So you must see yourself as equal to the Ascended Masters, or to source energy, to the divine, to God, whatever terminology you use. You must see yourself as equal in order to stay in your power. So that's how they can help you in public. If you are afraid of being physically abused by someone and you run into them and you see them across the parking lot, then leave the property. Like, don't go challenge it. I'm not saying that if somebody's physically going to attack you to stay. Like, you can leave and then just go work on it at home on a soul level. Like, have your spirit connect with their spirit and work through like forgiveness and having a voice. Like, have your spirit talk to their spirit. Like, do it to keep yourself safe. You don't want to get physically injured. Now, if you do run into somebody who is physically abusive and it's too late, like you didn't have time to leave the situation, then you can energetically cut the energy of their auric field to make them weaker. And so you'll see martial artists do this, is like before a fight, they're swinging their arms. They're like cutting the person's energy field to make their muscles weaker. So you can practice this with a friend. You muscle test each other. You hold your arm out and you muscle test, and you won't be able to push it down when the person's like holding their arm up. So you just tell them, hold your arm strong, and then try to push it down. And that person will be able to hold their arm up. And then stand in front of them and put the intention, I'm cutting the energy field so your muscles go weak. So you're just putting your arms out and you're just literally like slicing through their auric field. You're putting that intention that I'm cutting their energy so their muscles are weak. And then muscle test them again and they won't be able to hold up that arm because you just cut their energy field. Then you can say, okay, I'm going to put their energy field back, and then they'll be able to hold it strong again. So this is how you can practice. The first few times you do it, you might not see any results because you don't have the belief yet. So practice it a few times with a friend, and when you see that you have the power to cut somebody's energy in their auric field to make their muscles weak, it'll give you a sense of empowerment that you have control in a situation. Maybe you're cornered, you ran into somebody like in a dark alley or something, and you are scared, you have no weapons. Well, that's a tactic you can use. You could just say, I'm going to cut their energy field to make them weak. In case they attack me, then their muscles will be weaker. So that's one little energy tactic you can use to empower yourself. But again, if you're afraid of physical abuse, get out of the situation is what I recommend. So those are the tips that St.Germain's giving to help you in public, how your spirit guides will help you to read somebody's intention if they're about to take your power in public. So you can do these steps really, really quickly too. Like if you only have 1 or 2 seconds before you run into that person, you can do this instantly. Like, I'm commanded, I'm grounded, I'm fully integrated into my human body, I'm expanded, my inner child's in a safe place, Master Jesus, speak through me. I command my spirit guides, help me stand in the right position to keep my power. Like, you can say this all in like a few seconds. Like, it's the intention. Everything's intention. So the second thing that St.Germain wanted to show today is that there's a lot of relationships, like maybe family members, siblings. This happens quite often with siblings or parents and children, or people in the workplace, where your energy always seems to be repelling somebody else's. You're always arguing, or they're getting on your nerves, or you feel agitated when you're around them. It's just the energy never flows right. So to do spiritual alchemy is you write your name on a piece of paper, your first and last name on a piece of paper, and you write their first and last name on a piece of paper. If you don't know their last name, just write the first name, and you're going to put the intention that like visualize them so your subconscious knows who you're talking about. Now hold the papers in the same hand. So you're going to put your energy with the other person's energy, and you're going to do spiritual alchemy with St.Germain by grounding yourself first, pull your consciousness in, expand out. You have your full essence. You write your names on a piece of paper, you hold it in your hand, it doesn't matter which hand, and you command your higher self in St.Germain, evoke the violet flame of transmutation and balance the energy between your auric field and their auric field throughout all time, space, dimensions, and realities, consciously, subconsciously, this lifetime, past lifetimes. You can command that you would like to end any soul contracts and karmic debt that you have with this person and balance all the energies in harmony for your highest good throughout all time, space, dimensions, and realities, consciously, subconsciously, this life, past life. If you have specific beliefs about this person, you can clear them. You can make up your own like sayings or your own affirmations with this. But the whole point of it is that your physical body, mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body, one of those bodies is repelling one of their bodies. So if you find that every time this person comes into your reality, you get a rash, then it might be that you're allergic physically to them. If you feel agitated in the brain when they come around, your mental body could be repelling them. If you feel like a deep old wound, a soul crying, it could be a past lifetime. Your spiritual body could be repelling them. If you feel really emotional around them, it could be your emotional body. Your emotional body's consciousness that's repelling them. It doesn't matter which of your bodies, but you're gonna wanna include them. So you can write it on a piece of paper, physical body, mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body, so that it covers all of the bodies. So whatever is repelling, and the auric field. So put them all on a piece of paper with the people's names and command that the Ascended Masters, your higher self, St.Germain, your physical body, mental body, emotional body, spiritual body, balance the energies for your highest good throughout all time, space, dimensions, and realities. And then you just sit there for a few minutes. You'll feel when it shifts. You can do this as often as you want. You can do it before you see them every time, or just once a year, or once every 6 months. What will happen is you'll notice that their energy and your energy stops repelling each other, and that you're in more harmony, that your relationship is better. So spiritual alchemy always goes by the vibrational frequency of the letters and the words. And when your subconscious feels the frequency of their name, it knows their energy field. It understands whose energy that you're doing the treatment on, the spiritual alchemy treatment. And the subconscious mind creates it, projects that frequency in front of you, and it reflects back to you as more harmony. So say that you're going to work and there's somebody at work, a coworker that you're always arguing with. Do it a few times on the weekend and then just leave it. You know, just put it out to the universe that you've done the spiritual alchemy, and now you're expecting that you're going to be more in harmony with this person's energy. And then when you go to work on Monday, when you see them, you'll notice a difference in the energy shift. They might be kinder. You might get along better. So try out these techniques a few times, using these techniques in public or doing the spiritual alchemy, and then come back and write in the comments section. I'd love to hear your experience. And also, if you have anything to add on your own journey that has helped you, we'd love to hear it in the comment section. We did have a comment in the last video, and I said that I would answer that question in this video, but I'm gonna have to do a part 3. So I will tell you the question. It was, how can someone transmute an unbalanced negative abuse relationship with a controlling narcissist partner? Or should they before they want to leave? So we're gonna get to that one in the next video. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.